Hello everybody, welcome back. Thank you for sticking around, for waiting for us, for Cooper and me and Shaki to do part 2. Because I say them too, because I spend most of my time taking care of these guys. And I've also been showing you the scenery around where I live for several reasons. One of them being that I have family members here and I'm taking them out. And so I was like, well, you know what? Let me save that for my video so I could post it for my subscribers. But as well as if you live in Colorado, please vote yes. Please vote yes on Proposition 127. Proposition 127 protects against trophy hunting of mountain lions, lynxes, and bobcats. It is an inhumane, horrific way for these poor animals to die, being hunted down by humans with guns and knives and hound dogs and all that. They use dogs against them as well. And you see these poor animals trying to run away from them, and they're just inhumanely putting them down. And then they claim that, oh well, the scientists need to keep an equal balance in the ecosystem. I'm sure that if scientists were to find that the ecosystem was off balance, they would find a humane way to deal with the situation. Not a horrific way, smiling and cracking up and videoing it as you bring down this horrific, fearful. I mean, I can't imagine being a mountain lion or a lynx or a bobcat and being hunted up like that. It's just horrendous. So vote yes to protect against trophy hunting. Vote yes on Proposition 127 if you live in Colorado. Thank you. Cooper, come on. Oof. And now that I got that off my chest, thank you for allowing me that, permitting me that mention of Proposition 127. Now, with regards to dreams, I wanted to touch base on that because remember when I first started to read the Tasa, perhaps more than 99% of you did not know what a Tasa was, what a reading was. Now, for some reason, naturally, many of you gravitated immediately and understood instantly the Tasa readings. But it did take me a while to reach but the vast majority of viewers, right? So it took me 3 to 4 years for people to start believing the Tasa. And guess what? It turned out to be perhaps the most detailed, the most precise form of reading and prophesying that there is. I'm sorry, I just got to say that. I mean, from the creature and his people invading the Capitol to Melania's hair to Ivanka's what color she was going to be wearing when Donald Trump left, to Putin, to Kim Jong-un, everything. I mean, to the detail, to the very last detail, to what they were wearing, what they were doing. It's incredible. Okay, now that said, I got to tell you with dreams, I can interpret dreams better than I can interpret a Tasa. I'm not even kidding. It takes me absolutely no energy. The Tasa is a form of art and is an art form. And it's like a movie, right? So like a dream is a commercial. A Tasa is like a movie. It takes many days for you to make a real Tasa for someone else. If it's for you, right away. But if it's for someone else, it requires a very experienced someone that probably grew up with the Tasa. For me, is like a lineage, a bloodline. It's actually just in my family. Like, this is how we grew up, and I have many people in my family that can read it, and it's a bloodline for me. So it's easier than most for me, but it is still something that takes a bit of work, and so it's hard for me to do it all the time. Especially if you have so much going on. It is not fair for me to come up here and make a Tasa that I hadn't put the precise amount of effort or the right amount of effort and read it to you like I've read many other Tasas that I had put in the effort. Because I might not be giving you the right interpretation. However, when it comes to dreams, I've got receipts, you guys. I've got receipts. Let me tell you, one of the first receipts. I should have been posting more dreams. I had way more, but I just didn't, because just too much going on, politics and all that. But I have receipts. Number one was Kobe Bryant. I predicted Kobe Bryant's death. And number two, I knew something was going to happen to Prince William's family. Kate, specifically Kate. Catherine, I mentioned that. And I mentioned the keys to the kingdom. Keys, when you dream of keys, is an inheritance. It's like something that's going to be given to you to open something that's already there. A house that's already there. It could be the house of your parents. So a key represents inheritance. It can also represent a family member giving you some money to help you out with something, which is a sort of inheritance, even if they have not passed away. So that's what a key represents. And here I have it. Here are the two dreams that I posted way before it happened, and then you'll see the news clips for them. Come on, this way. You're a good boy here. Come on.
And if I don't do my card readings and my cup readings, when I go to sleep, I get all these premonitions, I get all these dreams and things happening. But anyway, if I don't do the cards, if I don't do the cups, then at night I get all these crazy dreams. So that's why I like doing the cups and the cards, because I can sleep. It's not like a nightmare or anything. I don't mind it. I'm fine with it. But the next day I wake up, I'm like, oh. But I got to tell you that I think that someone famous is going to be passing away. And I think it's a man. And I think it's an athlete, very famous athlete, perhaps a basketball player. And I think it's a black African-American or a black basketball player, very, very tall. And I think he's very famous. I don't know if it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or if it's someone along those lines, like very elegant, very tall and very handsome. So yeah, I got that in one of my wake dreams, my waking dreams that I get my premonitions. And I felt like I had to tell you guys about that. As an confirmation of my readings as well.
Good afternoon from New York. We're coming on the air with breaking news, very sad news to tell the sports world. The LA Times is reporting that retired Los Angeles Lakers basketball star Kobe Bryant has been killed in a helicopter crash. It happened this morning. The chopper reportedly went down just before 10 a.m. local time, according to the fire department out there in Calabasas, California. That's northwest of Los Angeles. You can see the picture there. It burst into flames on impact, starting a nearby brush fire. The 41-year-old Kobe Bryant was reportedly traveling with 4 others in that aircraft, in that helicopter. The LA County Fire Department saying all 5 people perished in the crash. At the time of the accident, there were foggy conditions in that area that may have diminished visibility. Bryant leaves behind a wife, Vanessa, and 4 daughters. He was, of course, one of the most legendary players in NBA history, starring for 2 decades with the LA Lakers, a 4-time All-Star MVP player, winning 5 championships, making 18 All-Star games before he retired in 2016. I want to bring in NBC Sports host Mike Tirico. He joins us by phone now. Mike, I don't think we can overstate what a legend Kobe Bryant was.
No, Kate, certainly not. And everyone in the sports world, not just the folks who've been in the basketball world, are just shocked by this news. Kobe retired from the NBA in 2016. He's the 4th all-time leading scorer. He was the 3rd all-time leading scorer until yesterday. LeBron James passed his mark yesterday. And Kobe tweeted out his congratulatory remarks towards LeBron. After that, he was with one of the marquee franchises in the NBA, the Los Angeles Lakers, and that allowed the Hollywood presence that you're talking about. Kobe was a celebrity. He was a star on and off the floor. His championships go back 20 years. He came right from high school to the NBA at a time when that was not done very often, and became one of the greatest players in the history of the league. This is a very close league. Its superstars and its leaders are in a very small and tight circle. Just this week, Kate, I was in New York at Radio City.
And I told you, it's not to do with the tarot, it's not to do with the cup. It's just that I have these waking dreams where I see people that are still alive that are going to be passing away. They come to me in dreams. And I've had that. That was the first thing that ever had happened to me, supernaturally. And I've had it ever since I was a little kid. I was a little girl. And I saw basically I just go to bed. I fall asleep, but not completely, like in REM sleep, kind of in between falling completely unconscious and sleep and being awake. And then I see in the dark, because my light is off, obviously you're sleeping, you see a silhouette. I can never see the person's face exactly, like with lights on, so I don't know who it is. I always see a silhouette. And I saw the silhouette, and that happened to me twice with this basketball player. So twice the basketball player came to my room and was like on the corner, and I saw the silhouette, a very tall, handsome, like very elegant body, you know, like those guys that are just walking a room and you're like, wow, these guys are like very good looking, muscular, tall men. And I saw him in the room, but I'm not scared because it's been happening to me for so long. I'm not scared, and plus I know that they're alive. I'm not a medium. I've never seen a dead person or heard a dead person in my life. I'm not a medium. But I do see people that are alive. When they come to me in that form, in the dark like that, and I see their silhouette, I know that they were passing away. And I said that on the video of November 18, 2019. I said that I didn't think it was an accident. I thought it was heart related because the person that came to me in my wake dream kept touching his chest. The person just kept touching their chest like that. So that's why I thought it was something to do with the heart. And so I talked to another psychic and I said, but why was this person touching their chest? Was it because the daughter? And then the psychic was like, yeah, it's because his daughter died with him. That hurts him so much. That hurts him so much. So he was touching his chest. I thought it was heart attack related. And I said, it's not an accident, you guys. I don't think it's probably not that. I think it's heart related because the person came to me and was touching their chest like that, touching their chest. So I don't know what that really means, but that's what I saw, you guys. And a lot of you wrote me. Thank you for that. Poor Colby. I feel terrible to you guys. I don't take these things, even if I don't know the person. Just death is just so hard for me to deal with. It's just really, really hard. To me, it's like the ultimate evil. I know I'm going to get you guys saying, oh, it's not the end. I know that, but it's the end as you know your life. You know, it's the end as if you were here. So, yeah, I wanted just to jump into.
This is a while back. I've never ever had a dream, really, with the royal family. Never. And about a month and a half ago, I had a dream with Prince William. I don't know why. I liked Queen Elizabeth because she had been there for so long. She loves animals, horses and dogs and everything. So I felt like a fondness with her. And I love older people. But I'm not really I wasn't into Charles, Camilla, William, Kate, Harry, Meghan. That to me sounds like soap opera stuff. So I don't like that, and I don't want to do readings on that. But for some reason, I had a dream with William. You know, he's a Cancer. I'm a Cancer too, so maybe I'm picking up water sign-ish things. I didn't like it at all. I hope that he's okay and everything will be okay with his family. So my dream was that we were in a beautiful hotel, and I think I was at the hotel while he and his family were there. And I never saw Kate and one of the boys. It's been so long, I should have written it down, and now I don't know which boy. But I know that William was with his daughter, Charlotte,
And one of the boys, I don't know if it was the older one or the little one. I can't remember. But it was William, the little girl, and one of the boys. No Catherine, and one of the little boys missing. And I did not like that dream because the hotel filled up with water. There was water everywhere, and he couldn't find anywhere to stay with his kids, and he was worried about his kids. And so I saw them trying to worry, whatever, this is a dream. And I'm like trying to help him with the kids, and I'm like taking the little girl, and then you guys are going to be okay. Come over here on this side. And when we got to that side, it was even more full of water. Then we went to another side, more water coming out. To me, water in dreams signifies depression and sadness and grief. So I did not like that dream. It was just, it made me panic, the dream. And then we decided to go. I said, why don't we go back up? And he goes, yeah, let's go back up to the lobby again. And I go to the lobby, and there was no one in the lobby. And I'm looking for keys and stuff to get out, to get to the elevator. And I grabbed one of the keys that said to get an exit key, an elevator exit key. And I said, I think you guys need to find another place to stay. This place is, you have children. You shouldn't be staying here. Go somewhere else. You want me to help you find another place? And he shows me a key, like an old style key, exact replica of the one I had. And he goes, I have the key too. And I said, hey, look at you. You're a prince. So you're going to have, those are the keys. That's like symbolic. That's like the key to the kingdom in the dream. And he smiled. And he said, yeah. Yeah, he kind of smiled and said, yeah. And so they got on an elevator, and like that was like the end of the dream. That everybody was fine after that. But what I didn't like is that I didn't see his wife or one of the other kids. I hope they're going to be okay. Nothing happens to them.
At 6, the Princess of Wales has just announced that she is undergoing treatment for cancer. Here now is a very personal message from her, which has just been released, in which she explains what has been happening in recent weeks.
I wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you personally for all the wonderful messages of support and for your understanding whilst I've been recovering from surgery. It has been an incredibly tough couple of months for our entire family, but I've had a fantastic medical team who have taken great care of me, for which I'm so grateful. In January, I underwent major abdominal surgery in London, and at the time, it was thought that my condition was non-cancerous. The surgery was successful. However, tests after the operation found cancer had been present. My medical team therefore advised that I should undergo a course of preventative chemotherapy, and I'm now in the early stages of that treatment. This, of course, came as a huge shock, and William and I have been doing everything we can to process and manage this privately for the sake of our young family. As you can imagine, this has taken time. It has taken me time to recover from major surgery in order to start my treatment. But most importantly, it has taken us time to explain everything to George, Charlotte, and Louis in a way that's appropriate for them and to reassure them that I'm going to be okay. As I've said to them, I am well and getting stronger every day by focusing on the things that will help me heal in my mind, body, and spirits. Having William by my side is a great source of comfort and reassurance too, as is the love, support, and kindness that has been shown by so many of you. It means so much to us both. We hope that you'll understand that as a family, we now need some time, space, and privacy while I complete my treatment.
We've received breaking news from Buckingham Palace, which has announced that the King has been diagnosed with cancer. Let me bring you that statement from Buckingham Palace in full. During the King's recent hospital procedure for benign prostate enlargement, a separate issue of concern was noted. Subsequent diagnostic tests have identified a form of cancer. His Majesty has today commenced a schedule of regular treatments, during which time he's been advised by doctors to postpone public-facing duties. Throughout this period, His Majesty will continue to undertake state business and official paperwork as usual. The The King is grateful to his medical team for their swift intervention, which was made possible thanks to his recent hospital procedure. He remains wholly positive about his treatment and looks forward to returning to full public duty as soon as possible. And that statement concludes by saying that His Majesty has chosen to share his diagnosis to prevent speculation and in the hope that it may assist public understanding for all those around the world who are affected by cancer. Well, that statement.
So yeah, poor William, you guys. Poor William. All that water being flooded where he was with his little girl and one of his little boys. And like Catherine said, it's taken some time to explain appropriately for their ages what her diagnosis and treatment means. So perhaps one of them took it. I think maybe the oldest one, George, he might have understood more than the younger ones and might have had a harder time dealing with that, right? Like we all would, right? If our mom was diagnosed with something like that. I'll always give you examples. I'll always give you examples of how I come to these determinations, how my family members may have had a dream and explain to me what it meant, how I might have had a dream and how I saw it into fruition. When I was a teenager, my father died. He died when I was 19 years old. And I remember that before he died, before he was in the hospital, I had a dream that I was on a boat in the middle of the ocean and it was crystal clear blue waters. Crystal clear blue waters, and I was on a boat. And I got side-capped. I don't know what you call that. You know when the ship gets flipped and you get thrown into the ocean? So my boat got flipped and I was drowning in the ocean. And there comes one of my tias, one of my aunts, my mother's sisters. And she was like a giant, like a colossus. And she picked me up. I was like a tiny little ant, little tiny creature. And she picked me up in the palm of her hand and brought me out of the water. And I fell into such a severe depression when my father passed away. Into such a severe depression that I wanted to die. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even get up from bed. And my aunt brought me to her house with her and her husband and her children. And she took me to her house. And she nursed me for several months till I came out of that depression. And she was my hero. I didn't want to eat. I went down to 90-something pounds when my father died. And she force-fed me. She freaking rescued me, you guys, just like in the dream. And the water was the emotion, the giant ocean, crystal clear blue waters that weren't, it was my father's death. It wasn't anything evil. It was just a death. The clear blue waters, the emotion that I was going to feel. And then she came. And she rescued me and she nursed me back to life. This is how dreams, I'm telling you, it's no joke. Dreams, put down your dreams. Put down your dreams. I will tell you what they mean. Don't give up hope. I know a lot of the readings I do, I put on, negative things because they come out in the news. Because when you're doing, readings, public readings, it's mostly like you're a newscaster. And the news doesn't give you great, stories. It gives you the most poignant stories, which are usually negative. But a lot of the dreams are very, very, very positive dreams. Very positive dreams and happy dreams. And also the Tasa reading. When I read for most people, personal Tasa readings, they're so positive, so happy. But when I'm reading for these politicians who are dealing with nuclear codes and armies and this and that, of course negative things are going to come out. That's just, the Tasa prioritizes the information, and that's what happens. That's why you see these things. But put down your dreams, you guys. I will interpret them for you. At least I can do that for you. I can't meet you. I can't hang out with you all the time, but I can try my best to do some interpretations for you. This part 2 of this video is going to be longer than I thought, so I think I'm going to have to do part 3. I had to get through this whole explanation before I got to your dreams. I'm so sorry. But here I am. Let's go do your dreams, you guys. I'm going to interpret what you have written down in the comments of the last videos, and I will interpret what those dreams mean for you. Thank you for sticking with us, you guys. Thank you.